Good afternoon again from my garden. Well, still waiting for the rain, but got some nice flowers blooming. Oh yeah, I wanted to just show this. This is a gooseberry bush, but something, well, I know what did it, but something's eaten lots of the leaves. Oh my god. And it was these tiny little caterpillars. They were absolutely all over it, and I tried to take them off because there was absolutely hundreds. But unfortunately they've eaten sort of 90% of the plant's leaves. They don't like the blueberry bush, you've not touched that next to it. This is just fine. I think it's something that likes gooseberries. Leaves anyway, not the fruits, because it's got fruits on it still. The garden's looking pretty in all different colours at the moment. A bit dry at this end. A lack of rain, but some things are really enjoying it. I'm going to go in the greenhouse. I've got a lot to do. Oh, and who's that? Hello. Hello to you. Are you waiting? Are you waiting for me? Oh, I think she knows I'm going to do some watering. I'm just going to wet the soil, I think. It's really dry. Oh, what is it? And I'm going to plant tomatoes in this bit. Just going to saturate it because I've not watered this. It did have a grow bag on top of it and I've moved it over here. And I'm going to plant these pepper plants in the grow bag. And I've got quite a few. There's 3 or 4. Well, there's 5. So I might put 3. Well, I'll put 3 in the bag. And I'm going to put the others into the ground next to it. And the tomato is really big now. You can check. Just about see some roots coming out the bottom, so they do really need planting. So that's what I'm going to do today. Try and get this sorted because it's gone nice and cool. We're expecting rain after the long time without it, and I'm hoping it's going to be today really. I'm sure the grow bag's got some water in it as well. And I have recycled the grow bag from last year. I've just took sort of 50% of the old compost out. Because there was nothing in there last year that was really using all the nutrients that much, so I think it'll still be okay. And I've just topped it up with multi-purpose compost. Hello, Misty. She's listening to the birds. It's all calmed down now, hasn't it? There was some cat fights earlier. It was awful. Next door's cat fighting with some other cat from down the road on the fence. All hell broke loose. It was awful. Tia looked a bit scared. She's nice and calm now, aren't you? Right, let's do some work. Right, I'm just gonna, oh, it's really wet now in there, so that's good. I'm going away tomorrow for a few days, so I wanted to get this done before I went, just so that they're not in pots drying out, because I'm going for, well, 3 days, so okay. Right, okay, I've took one out of its pot and okay, let's make sure it's upright. Let's give them a bit of a pat around the soil to make sure they're in there properly. It's a bit hard to film taking one of these out of a pot, so that's basically it anyway. So I'm just going to do the other two, and then I'm going to do the tomatoes shortly. I just thought I'd take a look at the plums. Quite a lot on the tree. Some of them will drop off like these small ones. That's just natural for fruit trees. They bear a very big kind of amount of fruit at first, and then you notice that quite a lot of them drop off. It's just too much for the tree, I think. You can thin them as well yourself if you wish to. Right. Okay, I've dug some holes for the tomatoes, and basically I'm just going to throw some compost in, and then I'm going to water it, and then I'll just show you the best way to plant a tomato plant. See us out there enjoying the weather. Make sure you've got good compost, really. Just gets them off to a good start. And then with tomatoes, once you notice flowers, and then they call it when the fruit is setting, because actually a tomato is a fruit and not really a vegetable. You see a tiny little ball, really, which is going to be the tomato. That's when you start feeding them. So you have to buy some good quality liquid tomato feed, dilute it with water to the right proportions, and just keep watering them every, well, just read the directions on the bottle. Right, I'm gonna put the plant in, I think. And actually I'm going to water it now first. As I've shown in some other videos, if you water first, and the water obviously sinks quite deep down, and then when the plant's roots kind of feel that moisture, they follow it down, and it gives you a good root system, deep root system. Because if you don't do that and you just water them very shallowly on the surface of the soil, you just get roots that aren't deep, shallow kind of roots. So when the soil dries out a bit on the top, they're not able to get water unless you're watering them every single day, which isn't really advisable. It's better to, you know, have a long root system underground, you know, and that's it's better for the plant. It makes it stronger, more stable. Yeah. Okay, here's the plant. It's looking lovely and healthy. Yeah, it's got roots coming out the bottom, just a little bit, so it's time to plant it. Okay, if you're having a problem getting a plant out of a pot like this, say the roots have grown right through the holes at the bottom, just press gently the bottom of the pot, and just ease the plant out, like holding the stem like that, because you have to be very careful with them. Ooh. Right, just going to fill the hole now really with compost. Then I'm going to water the plant, and I'm going to put something to help support it, like one of these canes. These are here from last year because I grew some cucumbers up them, and they needed supporting quite a lot because they spread out. So I've just left the canes there, but I probably need to add some more up against these tomato plants, because they do tend to keel over, especially when they've got a lot of fruit on them, so they need supporting. Okay. Oh yeah, and another thing, when you're planting tomatoes, you can do them lower than other plants. So like the top here, it can be lower than the actual level of the soil around it, because they send out extra roots down at the bottom anyway if you do that, which makes them even more stable. So that's just another tip really. Okay, just gonna backfill with compost. And just make sure it's stable on the ground. Press it a bit around the edges. And I'm gonna water it again. I do love this part of tomato growing, just a nice part, getting them out of the pots, getting them into the soil and watching them grow from then onwards, because they really take off after a week or so. I'm just going to put the rest of this soil now back over the top that I dug out before. Make sure he's upright, and I need to find a cane now. Okay, I found a cane. I've put it in the soil quite close to the plant, because obviously this is going to get bigger as it grows. Then I've got some string. I've put it round, if you can see, so put it round the cane. It's a bit difficult, and cross it over and then around the stem of the plant, and it gives it some growing room. It's just a good way to do it. And then just tie it, and I can't really tie it holding a phone, so that's what I'm going to do next, and that's basically it. From this plant you'll notice there's already a tiny shoot coming out there. This is what will grow on this plant. They're called side shoots. The method I'm using to grow this tomato plant is, it's basically one stem with fruit growing from it. I don't want any of these side stems coming out, because it just makes the plant bush right out. You get smaller fruits, and it's just harder to manage basically. I can't remember the name of it. I've got a terrible memory. I've had a lot of experience, so I just kind of am not remembering the name. Somebody probably will remember it if they know about tomato growing who's watching this. So basically, if you see these growing, I mean that's not very long at the moment, but as soon as that gets to about say an inch long, you just take them off with your fingers. You just nip them off away and throw them away, and you'll have a stronger plant which just climbs right up this stem. Probably can sometimes get to roof level, and you just tie it in as it grows to the cane with string, and just keep making sure that if you see it drooping over and coming away, you need to tie it in more. And then when it gets to the top of the greenhouse, then you can just take the growing tip off with secateurs, and then that'll stop it growing any further, because they will actually just grow and grow and grow and grow. Tomatoes, they don't stop. I've seen a video online and on the TV of professional tomato growers with a very, very, very large, high ceilinged greenhouse where they were just growing so very tall. I think they had to pick the tomatoes with some kind of crane. But obviously I have a small greenhouse, so that's the way you stop them growing, because otherwise they will just grow and curl round, and just eventually the weight won't be good, and the plant could end up snapping, which it will probably happen. So that's the way to look after the plant. And obviously the thing about feeding with liquid fertiliser, and obviously open your greenhouse door when it's too hot. Keep it watering, probably not every day, but if you've watered like I've said when you've started, every few days are just a good watering, not just shallow, because you want a strong plant. And then when the fruit turns red, pick and enjoy. Thanks for watching. Hi, thanks for watching. Hope you enjoyed it and learnt something. Well, we were expecting rain today, but the sun's come out again. I'm going to have a nice cup of tea now. I have still got to finish off things in the greenhouse, but I just wanted to say that if you've not watched any of my videos before on gardening and allotments, I actually have posted right from the beginning when I planted the seeds. So tomatoes and sweet peppers in the greenhouse here, courgette plant I should say on my allotment. I'm going to plant sweet corn again, well, soon, and I planted potatoes a few weeks ago which are coming up through the soil. And what did I do the other day? Oh yeah, climbing green beans. So if you're interested or want any information on growing any of those things, just tune into my channel. Like and subscribe if you like what you've seen. Comment as well, that'd be nice. I'd like to hear from anybody who's got any questions as well. Okay, someone started up the drill again next door. Oh, it's been so noisy lately. Okay, thank you once again. Okay, bye bye for now.